Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining Reporter's Notebook here inside the digital studio. My name is Kelsey O'Donnell, joined in-house by Victoria Holmes, my fellow digital reporter. Victoria, thank you for joining me this evening.
You know, I would rather be in here than out there in the rain reporting. So, thank you for inviting me.
I totally agree. We're the lucky ones that actually got to be in-house today. We're dry. We're not soaked in rain, wind, sand, whatever is out there going on. But we hope that if you are out there, you are remaining safe and weather aware. That's a story for another time. You can find all those information and the details and whatnot on our website. But Victoria, you did a story today previewing the Comic-Con at the Greenville Convention Center.
Yes. So last year, the Comic-Con or the comic convention was put on pause, a brief hiatus because of COVID. But this year, they're having it on August 7th. A lot of local vendors are excited, but there's going to be vendors from across the United States, not only across North Carolina. So this is a very, very exciting event. I've never been to Comic-Con just because I'm kind of shy when it comes to kind of going to these conventions. But a lot of the vendors are super excited to have a space like this where they can, full on, they say geek out, and wear costumes and check out a lot of the local artists and national artists. And they also tell me that this is a very good space for anyone who's interested in advancing in the comic industry to be at, just to network and to show off what they have and their look, you can see right now, like the cosplayers. Oh yeah, the exotic animals. So the exotic animals are going to be at the Greenville Convention Center this year. So if you're wanting a reason to head out there with your family, besides trying to buy comics and play cosplay, they will have exotic animals for people to pet and to learn more about. So it's not only just for full-on, geeks and nerds and stuff like that are excited about these kind of things. It's also for people who maybe want to dip their toe into the comic industry and see what kind of artwork and comics and genres there are, because there's a variety of genres and they just keep diversifying over the years.
And that is really cool. You talk about the artwork. I know we talked about it a little bit before we got on here for Reporter's Notebook. What, advances are they trying to make? Obviously, you said if there aren't people who maybe feel comfortable dressing up, but there are still other ways to get involved, and artwork is one of those ways.
That's right. So, for people who want to, really show off their pieces, it's definitely a place where you can put forth all of the comic pieces that you have, and people who own stores, like local vendors. This is definitely a place for them to show that off. But then again, if you're not a vendor, but you still want to show up and show everyone kind of like maybe some pieces that you do have. Conventions are also networking events, let's be honest. For journalism conventions, I know reporters will go out there and, exchange cards and stuff like that. That's the same thing with this this Comic-Con convention at the Greenville Convention Center, is that this is a space for, let's say you don't want to be a full-on vendor and put your artwork out there. Let's just say you want to go in there and see, maybe you're not a comic artist, but you're thinking about really exploring the graphic side of your artwork and stuff like that. And so this is a place just to dip your toe in to see if maybe in the long run, this is something that you do kind of want to make a career out of.
It's really cool, and it's something that I feel like I've grown up seeing this in movies, but never have had the chance maybe to go to one. And it seems so fun that, some people dress up, some people like the artwork. There's so many other things going on around this convention, and we're lucky to have it right in our backyard here at the Greenville Convention Center. Now, when did you, remind me again when you said it would be?
So it will be August 7th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it's only one day. So for anyone who wants information about how to get tickets, about how to possibly become a vendor, we have that information with the web story that I did today at WNCT.com in the online originals tab. The vendor that I talked to today, Blue Ox Games, they are celebrating 10 years in the business.
Wow.
They are yeah. They're right here in Greenville. They have a bunch of comics. They have a bunch of toys and stuff to like collectibles, I guess, is what you would call them. So stuff to kind of check out and buy and add to your collection. They also host board game nights. So if you want something fun to do, they told me Monday nights they have board game nights. Something I might check out, one of these Mondays, because why not? Because Mondays are typically, there's not much going on. So
they're chill days.
They are chill days. So Blue Ox Games, thank you so much for I kind of went in there and invaded their space and was like, I'm going to take video of all of this. So thank you to them for being super, super nice hosts.
Awesome. All right. Well, one final question. I know I grew up reading comics. My
Here
dad
we
would get
go.
the paper. I'd sit down
Yeah.
and read some comics. Do you have a favorite, maybe superhero comic? Can we catch you out there dressing up like anyone?
No, so I also grew up reading the Sunday paper, getting the comics,
Yeah.
and I was a big Archie comic fan, but my dad is a big Calvin and Hobbes fan.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the paper. I remember reading that all the time.
Yeah.
My dad would take the sports and the news, and I said, please just leave me a crossword puzzle and the comics. And my
Yeah.
sister and I would sit there and eat our cereal and watch some SpongeBob or something.
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin and Hobbes is just such a. My dad loves Calvin and Hobbes. We bought him like an anniversary edition of the Calvin and Hobbes books.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and my cousin, on my dad's side, so same kind of like I guess it runs in the family, but he ended up getting a Calvin and Hobbes tattoo. So I mean, whatever it is about that comic, I really love that comic, and it runs in my family, and so yeah. So
I love it.
When I think about comics, I think about my dad and Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah.
All right, Comic-Con coming up soon. More details, visit WNCT.com. Check out the online original page. All right, Victoria, thank you for joining me this evening. And to everyone else, stay dry tonight, stay safe, and enjoy your Thursday evening.